to another Pick a Pole reading. It's lovely to be back reading again. I have had a recent period of recovering from an illness, a global illness. So yeah, I've had to take a little bit of time off and just sort of let myself recover, and it's only just now that I'm able to film without sounding too congested or too nasally. So hopefully it's bearable. But yes, we are here doing a reading to see who is appearing in your life next. So we have 3 piles in front of us. We're going to be looking at as much as we can about the actual person and about the relationship between the 2 of you that will be formed. So we look at the characteristics or personalities of this person. We ask why they are actually coming into your life, like what's the purpose of them appearing. We look at advice that you may need for right now, or for when they come in, or for any period of time between now and then. And then we finish off the reading with some of the common zodiac signs for you or them, and the most common initials for you and them for each pile. So that's what we are covering today. All of the decks that I use will be in the description box below. My social media info is linked in the description box below also. What else? I think that might be all that I need to say. I think I'm a little bit out of routine when it comes to this filming business, but let's get into our pile selections and give you a closer look. So group 1, you have this minion. My son could probably tell you all their names just by looking at them, but I'm not that good. But this is for group 1. This minion is for group 2. And this guy, this minion, is for group 3. Now don't forget guys, these are general messages, so it's important to take what resonates for you, leave the rest for someone else. Where it's possible, I do try to generalize the reading so that we get good messages whether you are connected or not connected to someone romantically. We try to look at all angles and all perspectives of the reading, but if it's coming through as love and it's only coming through as love, then I just go with what I'm seeing, because to go against what I'm seeing would be doing you guys an injustice. It would be doing myself an injustice, my guides, divine, spirit, everyone an injustice, and that's not what I'm about. I try to be as truthful and as accurate as possible. But if something's not for you, just leave it behind and go with the parts that do feel right for you. And it's also very important to make sure that you're taking your time with picking your piles, because sometimes messages are what we want to hear and we might just think, oh yeah, that's my message. But then sometimes our actual message is in a different group, and we've kind of picked according to what we want to see, or what we find most visually appealing, instead of really taking the time to tune into our intuitive senses and feel where we're being pulled. So that is just a little bit of advice from me, but feel free to pause the video if you need to take your time with the pile selection. And the last thing I'll just note is that the background music that I've got on today is also linked in the description box below if anyone's interested. It is an aura detox and aura protection frequency. So yeah, that's it from me for now. I'll see you over in your reading. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading. It's lovely to be here with you guys today. So this is the minion that you guys have chosen for your who's appearing in your life next. It's got a very smug smirk on his face there. We're going to pop him just here. So in today's reading, as we sort of have already covered in the intro, we're going to be finding out who's appearing in your life next. So we're going to look at this person in terms of like their character or their personality to see if we can identify them through how they are. We are going to look at why they're appearing in your life to see what the purpose is there. Like, is it love? Is it friendship? Is it purpose driven, like you share a mission or a purpose in this life? Is it business? Is it a creative opportunity? We're going to try to narrow in why they're appearing in your life. We are going to get some advice that you may need regarding the connection, and we're going to finish off with the most common sun, moon, rising signs and initials for either you or the person that's coming in. So either a way to say, oh yep, there's my initial confirmation of the reading, or to be like, yep, that is so and so that's appearing in my life again next, or just to note down for when people do start coming in. But one thing I do want to say with initials and signs is don't take them for gospel and miss out on an opportunity because a certain initial or a certain zodiac sign isn't a trait of that person, because you could be, or this person could be very unique to this group and doesn't quite fit those parts of the reading, but they might fit everything else, because at the end of the day it's a general reading and some bits may resonate, whereas little bits and pieces may be for someone else or for the larger collective that maybe your story is slightly unique to. So enough jibber jabber. The first thing that I want to do is turn over these pre-pulled cards here, which is supposed to give us a little bit of information about this person or about the actual relationship between you guys. So we had this one first and this one was on the bottom of the deck. So the first message is playfulness. We have laughter is the best therapy, have some fun together, and remember that love is the greatest healer. And underneath the deck we had embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. So in this reading I am going to try to keep this very broad, and I'm going to try to include every situation. So like I'm going to kind of read it for singles or read it for relationships, and we'll try to keep it very general so that everybody can take something away from it. So first of all, regardless of your current relationship status, it looks like the next person that's going to come into your life is going to really bring a lot of playfulness and laughter and fun into your life. So if that's something that you've been lacking lately, it feels like this person's coming in to bring those energies into your life. Whoever this person is to you, they are going to be sent to you as a healer. They're really going to boost your energy and bring positivity and lighthearted energy into your life, which is really going to kind of just lift your frequency, lift your own energy, and kind of like ignite a bit of a spark within you. So if you've been missing that spark lately, or if you've been feeling flat, you've been feeling a bit low, you've been feeling a little bit socially deprived or withdrawn, a little bit in hermit mode, it feels like you're going to be really coming out of that because of this person. They're really going to lift you up. And then with embrace here, through each other you find the missing pieces. It's like, yeah, this person helps you find those parts of you that have been missing. So it's like the fun and the happiness inside you that's been missing. This person kind of comes in and reintroduces you to those qualities of yourself. So, whether it's a love interest or whether it's just a friend, this is someone who's really going to help you find the parts of yourself that maybe you've been struggling with, or reacquaint yourself with the parts of you that you may have lost touch with. This person's really going to come in and just sort of help in that regard. So there will be a love shared between you, whether it's platonic or romantic. I can definitely see that. So if you're single, this could be a love interest that comes in, or it could be a friend, but like a soulmate friend, like someone who's really meant to be in your life. And then if you're in a relationship, this could be a member of your soul tribe coming in, someone who's going to be a really, really good friend and a really good companion to you. So they are the first couple of energies that we've got on the table to give us a little bit of information. So we're going to leave those up there. Just make sure they're in view. Yep. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to try and identify this person in terms of their character or their personality. And I'm going to use the Friends Tarot deck for this one and try to get a little bit of, I guess, their vibe. Actually, now that I'm looking at this minion's expression, you could almost look at that as like someone who's coming in ready to, they're like ready for a challenge, and maybe that challenge is like, you know, you're their challenge, like bringing happiness to their life. Not so much, maybe challenge is not the right word, but if you look at him, he's kind of like, yep, I got this, you know. But yeah, let's have a look personality wise. All right, so who is the person appearing in Group 1's life next in terms of their character or their personality? What can you tell me about this person's character or personality? The person appearing in Group 1's life next. Okay, here we go. So we've got the Seven of Wands coming out first. Yeah, literally, this is someone who's ready for a challenge. They're determined to, first of all, protect what they've created, or they're determined to persist through a challenge. And sometimes it can be like against all odds. Like if you look at this, the odds are against her, but this is persisting through the challenge against all odds. So this is someone that's really going to, even if you're closed off to people or you're a bit guarded, this is someone who's really going to break down your walls. It's someone who, it feels like they have like a dedication or a loyalty to them in their character. Maybe they also are someone who will defend their friends or defend their loved ones at all costs as well, protect them at all costs. Let's keep going and see what else we can find out about this person's character or their personality. All right, we have the King of Swords now. So this is someone with a lot of integrity, someone who's very well spoken, someone who's very knowledgeable, wise. So as well as kind of bringing that playfulness and that fun energy into your life, it feels like maybe they're going to come with a lot of good advice as well. So the King of Swords has very profound knowledge. Sometimes it's coming from, you know, higher sources, like sometimes it's intuitive knowledge and wisdom that they spread, or they could just be very well informed or very well qualified in some way. But this is definitely someone very honest, very clear communicator, very high integrity, very in tune with their morals and their values, very aligned. They could be an air sign with the King of Swords there. It could be an Aquarius, sun, moon or rising. But yeah, this is definitely someone who, looking at these two cards together, they know who they are, they know what they value, they know their morals, and they will defend and protect that at all costs. So they are so sure of themselves and their identity, who they are and what matters most to them, and they will fight and protect that at all costs. We have the Two of Wands here. So the Two of Wands is making me think that this person's always looking ahead. So there's someone who doesn't like, yes, they obviously, with this energy here, they're going to bring a lot of fun into your life, and they're going to bring you into the now when you are experiencing that joy and that fun and that excitement. But this is someone who is also looking to the future. They're looking long term, they're looking ahead. So whether they're coming in as a love interest or a friend, they are someone that has goals, they have a vision. They're someone who is planning for the future, basically. They're not just someone who's like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to be or who I'm going to be. I'm just living in the moment. Because as much as being present and living in the moment is great, it's obviously still good to have goals. But that's actually making me think of something that I came across the other day. Excuse me, I actually recently had the... I don't want to go around saying the word, but I had the vid, as Kevin Hart calls it, the vid. So I'm still a bit croaky and I'm still a touch congested, but hopefully it's not super annoying on your ears. But it is making me think of something that I read recently, and I can't even remember where I came across it. But it was about not just living for our goals, because then it takes away the joy of, I guess, the journey. If we're always living for our goals, we're always living for the future, and we're never being present and just enjoying the moment. So we need to find that balance where we have goals, yes, and we're working towards them, yes, but we're not robbing ourselves of present joy because we feel like we have to get to a certain place to celebrate. So it feels like this person, they have that balance. So they obviously bring a lot of playful, high energy into your life, but then they're also someone who is looking to the future, they're looking ahead, and they have a vision. We'll get one more card about this person's character or their personality. So we have the High Priestess coming out now. So we have 2 twos there to finish off, and twos are all about balance. And the High Priestess, she is definitely a very balanced individual as well. So she's very in tune with both her logical, rational side, but she's also equally in tune with her spiritual, intuitive, feeling side. So this is someone that is both very logical and rational, as well as very spiritual, very intuitive. So they seem to be somewhat ascended on their own journey. I feel like this is definitely someone who is spiritually awakened, to this life experience. But also I feel like they still have that more realistic or realist side, I should say, where they do have like an analytical and logical or more rational part of them. So a very well balanced individual. Given we have 3 images here of the Rachel character, and her hair's the same colour in each of those, this could be kind of like the colour of their hair. I'm not saying they have to be male or female, but that could be like a similar colour to their hair. And I believe all the eyes are blue in these cards. So this could be someone with blue eyes and lighter hair, or blue eyes and really dark hair. But I do feel like this connection is something that's very transformative and has a very positive influence and uplifting influence in your life. All right, I wonder if they will fit. Probably not over there. Let's maybe see if we can just pop them over here. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the why. So why are they appearing in your life? And we'll see if we can narrow that down. So for this one, I'm going to use the Akashic Tarot. All of the decks that I'm using today will be in the description box if you're interested. In terms of signs of what I'm seeing at the moment, we have air, specifically Aquarius. To me, the King of Swords is Aquarius. The High Priestess, I believe, is Virgo energy. And is it Pisces as well? Or is that, I don't know if that's just me picking up on Pisces in the reading or if that's accurate information. So either way, I'm going to just say Pisces, because if it's coming through to me, it's for a reason. So Pisces, Virgo, Aquarius specifically, and we have a bit of fire here as well so far. But let's have a look at why this person's appearing in Group 1's life, please, Spirit. Why is this person appearing in Group 1's life? Okay, so we have the King of Roses coming out to begin with. Why is this person appearing in Group 1's life, please, Spirit? Why is this person appearing in Group 1's life? We have number 21, Uriel and the Sphinx. Okay, so they're definitely going to bring a lot of love, a lot of nurturing into your life. And Uriel and the Sphinx gives me an energy of this connection being, it's a divine orchestration. So you guys are meant to meet, and there's a very significant purpose, and it seems to be carried over from perhaps a past life. I'm getting this energy of a past life coming through here. So either in a past life this was your romantic partner, and this time they're coming back in as a different type of connection, or maybe you even vowed to meet again in this life and fall in love and do that all over again. But this is starting to feel a little bit more romantic as time goes on. Otherwise, it's definitely a connection where you've had a romantically involved past life, and this time you're coming in to experience a different type of relationship together. But either way, it's going to feel very spiritual and very destined and very fated. But yeah, the King of Roses in this deck is a king who comes with like loving energies, nurturing energies, provider type energies. So that's what makes me think that either in a past life or this life, there is definitely romantic love here. Why is this person appearing in Group 1's life? Okay, so this one's flipped. So we've got on track in reverse, and we have the Queen of Scrolls in reverse. I'm not sure that we're meant to take that one though, because it was face down, and when I picked up the card, it didn't feel right. So let's start here, and we might get some clarifiers if the need be. Okay, so like I said, this is feeling like this is someone that you have connected with over past lives. Uriel and the Sphinx is, it's like a card of like aligning with your higher purpose and reconnecting or connecting with your higher purpose. It's kind of like the inner work and the inner discovery and finding your deepest self and your deepest power. It's about sort of chipping away at your old beliefs and getting to your inner truth. So it feels like this person's going to help you or maybe even challenge your previous beliefs, or the beliefs that you have the beliefs that have, what am I trying to say? The beliefs that you have held up until the point that you meet them. It's like they're going to challenge all of these beliefs. Maybe they're going to challenge your idea of the perfect relationship, or they're going to challenge your idea of soulmates, or they're going to challenge your idea of the traditional relationship, or something along those lines. It feels like this person's going to teach you a lot. It's like someone that's very, it's almost like they're aligned with you, but they are, how would I describe what I'm picking up on here? This is interesting. It's like you're very aligned, or you're very meant to be, but this person is maybe even a little more ascended than yourself, and they are going to open up new levels of discovery and encourage all this expansion and power within you. So maybe this person's really going to open you up, you know, to new things, new experiences, very meaningful experiences. And they're going to do it with a lot of love and a lot of generosity, it feels like, with that King of Roses there. On Track in Reverse, this is a card about, sometimes it's about sort of self-sabotaging by being a little bit ambivalent and waiting for the perfect time. So sometimes it's never a perfect time. So this is either a little bit of advice to you to say, if it doesn't feel like the right time to be meeting someone, don't close off to this. Don't let that belief, don't let that belief don't think that just because it's a bad time, or just because you've got a lot going on, or, you know, the timing's not perfect, don't let that sabotage things here, because you know, this person is going to help you create the right time. So even though it's not the perfect time, it's going to, maybe it doesn't feel like the perfect time, but actually it is the perfect time, or it's going to help things settle and put things in alignment. I hope I'm making sense. Because it feels like this is what this connection is what puts you back on track, or puts life on the right path, gets you on the right path. I feel like I'm starting to really jumble my words here. I feel like I need to ground myself or something, but I don't even have any crystals right in front of, I have the obsidian, which might help to ground me for a second. So yeah, even if it feels like, you know, this is just not the right time for me to be meeting anybody new, there's something about this connection that puts everything back on track, and then you're like, okay, maybe it was the right time after all, you know. Anything else that I can see? Looking at these three cards together, there could be oh my gosh, there could be a select few of you who you met at the wrong time, and they're returning to you at a divinely right time. So maybe it wasn't the right time last time, and now they're returning to you because they have leveled up, they've matured, they're more dependable, their emotions are a lot more sort of well balanced, and it's the right time, because this card here is definitely a card of like divine intervention, divine orchestration, truth, discovery, and all of that. So this person could have been on a search for truth and inner discovery, and it was the wrong time then, but they're coming back to make amends or make up for something. So that might just be for a select few of you, but yeah, otherwise this is definitely a new person coming in, and it's either friendship or romance depending on your current circumstances, I guess. So sorry guys, I had to just pause the video even though you may not have noticed. I started to get quite an interesting pain in my left lower abdomen. So I do feel cold. It's gone once I stopped filming and I just took a quick few deep breaths and a few sips of tea. It dissipated. So once I kind of pulled back from the reading, it went away. So that this could be a message for someone if you have been experiencing that pain, that it may be time to get it checked out. There's not really much else that I can advise in terms of that, but if you haven't had it checked out, I would advise you to get it checked out. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor, so I can't give you much more on that. Otherwise, maybe try like Reiki or some sort of energy healing, or interlock your hands like this and place it on the part that's sore, and just set the intention of sending healing light, 100%, either 100% pure white light or 100% healing light into that area. So you just hold it like that over the affected area and set that intention, and just take a few deep breaths, and it may help like your own energy. I think that you may have the potential to heal yourself, but if that doesn't work, I feel like you do need to get that checked out. So yeah, legal disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. Please make healthy decisions for yourself, but that's just what's coming through to me right now, because that's something that I do for myself. So you may find that that helps you or something. Just looking at the bottom of the deck here for this reading, we have the One of Keys in reverse, the Architect. So we do have both of those number one cards in the reverse. So it does feel like maybe this is something that didn't get off the ground at some point, and it's coming back around for some of you. But actually, I might even leave that out on the side there. Does it still fit? Sort of. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the reading. We're going to get the advice that you may need regarding this connection. So we're going to go to the Wisdom of the Oracle for that. And we'll get a little bit of advice. Alright, Spirit, so what is the advice that Group 1 may need regarding this connection that's going to be coming in, or this person that's going to be coming in? Alright, we have number 27 here, exchanging gifts. So as much as this person has a lot to offer you, it feels like there's a very healthy exchange here. So it feels like it's not just one way. So even though this reading is very focused on the other person, it's like Spirit's now wanting to say, don't feel like you don't have anything to offer in return, because as much as this person gives you, there is an exchange here and you offer them a lot in return. So maybe there's a chance that you may feel like, you know, they're really wise, or they've grown so much, or they've evolved so much, or ascended so much that you're like, oh, well, what do I have to offer this person? Or maybe they're very well off, or they're very successful, or, you know, something about them makes you feel like maybe you don't have enough to give back. Spirit's saying, don't worry, you do. There's a very healthy give and receive here. There's a very healthy exchange, and you're giving them as much as they are giving you. Whether it's just through your energy, your presence, your support, even if it's unseen, there is an exchange here, and you don't need to worry about that. What advice may group 1 need in regards to this person coming in? We have number 23, peace. Yeah, it does feel like this person is going to bring a sense of peace. And it feels like you guys are definitely going to create something together, because we have this egg here. So whether you have children in the future, maybe you create some sort of, I don't know, business, or I'm trying to think of what else do we create in life. We create art, we create children, we create businesses, we create empires, we create all sorts of things. So I can see that you guys do come together. You seem to be very compatible, and it seems like if one person lacks in one area, the other person seems to kind of excel in that area. So it does feel like you guys come together and would definitely do very well to create a business or something together, because you're so well matched in that sense. You know, whatever puzzle pieces one person's missing, the other person has that piece, that type of energy. So it does feel like you can come together and create something very amazing. But it does feel like you guys are going to come together, and there's this like new beginning type of energy that's coming in. So even if you come in you know, romantically interested in each other, I feel like this is Spirit saying that you still have a lot of potential to create something, because you guys are so well matched. We have number 44, the thinker. Now this can be, it doesn't really quite fit under there. Maybe we'll just have to push these up a little bit. This card can be about kind of thinking a little bit too much. So that does bring me to believe that maybe some of you do have that energy about you where you're like, this is really the wrong time. I've got too much going on. Like your mental space is very scattered. It's kind of going into this overly analytical phase, and I feel like you need to be in your peace and be very grounded, because if you're grounded and seeing things clearly, then you will realize that this is what you need to kind of get back on track and get your life flowing again. But if you're too in your head, then maybe you're going to think like, oh, I just don't have the time or energy for this right now. You know, I'm going to pass on this opportunity, or I'm going to just ignore this opportunity. And that might put you back in a cycle again with this round and round card. It could definitely put you back in a karmic cycle, because maybe this is a chance to make a different decision and not sabotage, because we did have that sort of that message coming through of self-sabotaging and telling yourself, oh, it's not the right time to start anything or to build anything right now. But it feels like maybe that's a sabotaging pattern that maybe you need to evolve out of, and this is going to be a chance to evolve out of that pattern. And then it's also kind of making me think that maybe some of you will overthink it, because this is a cycle that you have began before, or you've been in before with a person from your past. And you're maybe scared that it's going to repeat itself and have the same outcome. Whereas I think Spirit's saying here that there is going to be a different outcome this time, and things are going to come into alignment much easier. So I think with these two cards, coming back to the very beginning of the reading, I think it's very important to embrace the playfulness, embrace the laughter, embrace the fun, because the fun, the laughter, and these in really enjoyable times are going to be what heals and what brings you close enough together All right, so to finish off this reading, what we were going to do is get the most common sun, moon, rising signs, and we're going to get the most common initials for this group as well. So we might just use the jars today. Simply because I forgot to bring the astrology cards over. So we'll use the jar, but if we get like Chiron coming out or like South Node and all of that, we're just going to leave them, and we might, depending on how many other ones we have, we'll pull a few more out or just ignore them. Okay, Spirit, can you please tell me the most common common zodiac signs, sun, moon, rising signs of group 1 or the person or the person coming in? Most common zodiac signs, sun, moon, rising of group 1 or the person that is appearing in their life next. Oh, on the floor, that one. Okay, I think that's it then. Let me just grab the one that went on the floor. Okay. I think that's all. Okay, so first card out is the moon. So the moon rules Cancer, and it also makes me think of Pisces again. So, you know, with the High Priestess card and with this card, I do get a bit of a Piscean energy coming through there. Oh, and look what the next card is, Pisces. So we definitely got some strong Pisces energy in this reading. There's that North Node, which we're going to just leave out. We have Taurus, sun, moon, rising sign. And we have Virgo. Very interesting because Pisces and Virgo were two of the signs that I mentioned. And just to let you know, Empress was on the bottom of this, which is related to Taurus. Taurus and Libra, I think, actually, but just because Taurus is out, I just thought that was interesting. And now we will get the main or most common initials out for group 1 and or the person appearing in their life next. Just give them a bit of a mix up, haven't used them in a while. Most common initials for group 1 and or the person appearing in their life next. Okay, let's see what we have got here. We had one fall in the middle of the clear quartz. So we have the O, letter O, the O. Where are we going to put initials? We'll just spread them along here. We have F. We have N. We have B. We have D. We have the letter J. We have the letter H. We have the letter X. So this could have been someone that has existed in your life before, or it could be an actual X. And we have the letter U. So they are our initials to finish things off here. So I believe that is the end of our reading today, group 1. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you feel like doing so. Is there anything else I need to... It's been so long since I've recorded a reading, actually. So I feel a little bit out of sorts. I'm like, how do I sign off again? Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate you being here. If you're interested in any of my other social media accounts, my Instagram is down below. I do have a TikTok, but I don't really use it much. If I start using it more, I'll definitely start to link it. But otherwise, that's it from me for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Big thank you to my guides and your guides for bringing through the information today. Take care, guys. Bye. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading where we're finding out who's appearing in your life next. So if you've been drawn to Group 2, this is the minion that you have been drawn to. Now, this minion with the green splatter over his chest there, it does make me wonder if this is someone who either, on one hand, I kind of look at it and I think maybe this is someone who has a bit of a messed up heart chakra. So someone who's been quite hurt in the past, whether this goes back to like childhood or past relationships, or they just have a very closed or blocked heart space, because this splatter doesn't look very neat, and because green's the color of the heart chakra, it just makes me think that maybe the heart chakra is a little bit either closed off or blocked in some way. And then the other way that I looked at it was kind of like this could even be like you, and maybe you've recently been hurt, or you've recently been heartbroken yourself, and you're feeling pretty bleak about sort of love, relationships, and that type of thing. So I'm not sure which way this is going to go yet. But we do have a couple of cards pre-pulled to see what we can find out about the energy of the connection that's coming in for you. So we might just put the little minion over here. So we'll start with these two cards. We have a card that came out and the card that was on the bottom of the deck here. And this is going to give us a little bit of information about the connection that's coming in. So, or the person that's coming in, sorry, because the question here is who is appearing in your life next. Oh, okay, you've got the twin flame card. So it says here, twin flames, your passion ignites. And we have the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available to you. Follow it with faith. Okay, so potentially then what I'm more leaning towards is that perhaps this could be, the minion could be you, where you're feeling a bit heartbroken and you're having to leave something behind to follow a new path. So either recently, or it could even be not so recent, but it could have been something that took quite a toll, and you've been either single for a while or you were recently single. It feels like if you thought you knew your twin flame, it feels like that was a karmic or a false twin. Sometimes we have like trauma bonds and karmic attachments that are so strong that it can almost feel like a twin flame connection, but it's not. And this feels like if you thought you knew your twin, your actual twin's about to come in and help you release the past, or it could even be like your twin flames coming back, and the two of you are both needing to release the past completely in order to move forward together. But like, so whether this is you or them, it feels like, you know, at some point one of you have broken each other's hearts, or this is the person, the real twin flames about to come in and make you realize that the last person wasn't your twin. But if you didn't think that they were your twin flame, then either way, this looks like your real twin flame is coming in and your passion's going to be ignited. This person's going to help you release the past, put it all behind you, and open up to new possibilities. So yeah, it looks like you guys have a twin flame coming in. So let's have a look at, to start with, let's have a look at what they are like in terms of their character and their personality. So we're going to start with the Friends Tarot and kind kind of see what they're like, so that if you already know who your twin is, or maybe you think you know who your twin is, you might find out now whether you're right or wrong. But let's find out the personality or the character of the person appearing in group 2's life next, please. What's the personality / character of the person appearing in group 2's life next? Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles coming out first up. Okay. So obviously with the Ace of Pentacles, there's a level of stability that comes with the suit of Pentacles in general. And the Ace of Pentacles feels like maybe this is sort of newly found stability. It's sort of more new energy. So you could have known this person in the past, but even if you don't, it feels like they've recently found their stability. And it feels like they have, the word coming to me with this card is bold. I feel like their personality is bold. What else can you tell me about this person's character or personality? The person coming into group 2's life or appearing in group 2's life next. This person can create something out of nothing. When I'm looking at this card, this pentacle is in the sky, it's in the air, and it feels like this person can just sort of like click their fingers and just make opportunities out of thin air, create an opportunity out of thin air. Or maybe they're going to come in out of thin air, like it's just going to be really like, whoa. But that's what I'm kind of hearing, is like a finger snapping and then just like poof, something appearing out of thin air. So maybe they could be like master manifestors, where they just like, they could be like a life path. What's the manifesting life path? The first life path number that came to me was a 1. They could be a life path 1, but they could even be a life path is it 8? Or is life path 8 the alchemist? I'll have to look into that, but I'm sure that there is a life path number that's associated with being like a master manifestor, and that feels like their energy, like they can make things happen very quickly. What else can you tell us about the personality or the character of the person appearing in group 2's life next? Okay, we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is someone who's very well balanced emotionally. They're very emotionally mature, is probably a better way to put it. They have a lot of self-love. They have a lot of love to give. They've kind of like mastered their emotions, this person. Obviously, sometimes we can all be a little bit out of control depending on how full our cup is, but it feels like this person has reached a certain level of healing or emotional self-mastery. It also feels like they're a little bit in touch with their sort of intuitive, spiritual side as well. Maybe they've even become aware of the spiritual side of your connection. If this is like a reunion with your twin, it could be a sign that they've awakened to the potential here, like the spiritual as well as the more practical potential between you two. Otherwise, this is just someone that has awakened to their own spirituality, and they have sort of opened their own intuitive side. Right, the Nine of Swords tells me that this person can be a little bit of an overthinker. They also may be someone who doesn't sleep all that well or all that much. It feels like maybe when this person tries to rest, if they're stressed out or like neglecting like their meditation and things like that, it feels like they can overthink and they can worry, and it can like stress them out to the point where they don't sleep at night. Another message I'm getting is that maybe if one of you don't sleep well when you spend the night together, you will sleep well. Like whoever is the one that's not a good sleeper, a sign of who this person is that you're going to sleep really peacefully with each other and like really well, and you're going to be like, wow, like normally I don't sleep that well. All right, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so what I'm kind of getting here is that this person could be someone who is a little bit indecisive. It feels like they kind of struggle to make decisions, but it also feels like there's this message, like in this spread, we see here that the feminine energies here in the Suits of Swords, in both situations here, her eyes are covered. So it's almost like she's not seeing something. So it feels like maybe the person that's coming in might not be who you think it would be, which is bringing me back to that start message where the person who you think is your twin is not your twin. And in letting that person go, it makes room for your real twin to come in. So there's like something that you can't see here, something surprising or something that the universe is not showing you, or something that you're not willing to see. So it feels like you're going to have to really kind of like be really open and really receptive to the person that's coming in. Or maybe what triggers them coming in is the time that you decide to open your eyes and release the past to create way for the new opportunity. So I know that we're trying to look into this person's character, but that's a very clear message that I can see. In terms of their character, I'm just still having a little bit of a look. Yeah, they could be a little bit of an overthinker, and a little bit indecisive is what I want to say there. So although they're emotionally mature and they're quite intuitive, I feel like they overthink their own intuitive or their inner psychic guidance. Or maybe sometimes they don't even recognize their own intuition. So then they become a little bit indecisive, and sometimes don't trust themselves in their decision making and things like that. That's what I'm seeing for their personality. All right, so that's what I can tell you about the person coming in. Now we're going to look at why they're appearing in your life. So we're going to the Akashic Tarot for this part. And yeah, we're going to look into the why of this connection. Even though some of our cards have kind of touched on that already, it'll be interesting to see if there's anything else to know, or if it's just sort of we get repeated messages, but we'll have a look anyway. Struggling to shuffle these around the camera tripod. All right, so why is this person appearing in Group 2's life, please, Spirit? Why is this person appearing in Group 2's life? We have the Six of Scrolls. Because of the, what are they called? The hourglass there. It's literally run out. Like the sand there has run out. So it's like it's time. It's time for them to come in. Is like a very simple way of translating this message. It's time for you to be blessed with the person that's going to roll up their sleeves and put in the effort with you. Someone who's committed to their plans. The number 6 can be a very well balanced and harmonious number. And sometimes, like in the 6 of Pentacles, for example, in tarot, it usually comes with a scale. So it can be someone that's going to sort of like give you what you deserve. And it's just time for you to receive that, or it's time for you both to receive that. But the simplest way I can put that card in this for this question is they're coming in because it's time. Let's see what else we get. Oh, it didn't want to come out. We have number 19, reflection. So this makes me feel like the reason they're coming in is to help put everything up until now in perspective. It's almost like when you reflect, everything's going to be illuminated. So you can see here that this sailboat's kind of going right towards this illuminated bit of water. It feels like when this person comes in, everything else in the past starts to make sense and the truth is revealed, the illusions drop. And you start to see a lot more clearly. I also feel like they're coming in to help bring peace to your inner world. It's very calm waters that this person or these people are sailing in. So I feel like they're bringing an element of peace to your world. And we have now up in the air, number 18. So these are 2 major arcanas out of your 3 cards, which does indicate like really major energies, very transformative energies. And underneath the deck we have number 22, which is another major arcana, and that's the add sum card. It's in the reverse position, but up in the air it feels like it's time to ground this relationship. It's time to, it's like it's been up in the air for a while, waiting to kind of ground itself. And it's just sort of been waiting for the right time, because this card in the reverse position is about sort of more blocked timing, but then in the upright position it's like the time is now. So it's almost like it wasn't time, but it's been sort of just hovering, waiting to come in. Or maybe that's what it's doing right now. It's waiting for you to let go of the past. And then it's the second that you kind of make the decision, like the past is behind me, I release the past, I'm open to new opportunities, this situation will ground, and that's when the timing is right. But I definitely feel like it's sort of been hovering, waiting for the energy to be right. And then at that right time, bang, it's just going to happen. Very straightforward message. Why is this connection? Why is this person coming in? It's time. It's just time. But yeah, I do feel like, as I said, this person's going to help you put a lot of your past into perspective. This person's going to be very dedicated and willing to put in the right amount of effort to make sure that you have a very balanced relationship. Your needs are being met, their needs are being met. They're capable of planning for the future. They're going to make you realize why everything has happened the way it did up until now, and really illuminate the truth of your past. It just feels like it's just sort of hovering up there, waiting for the right time to ground itself into your reality. And it seems as though this is going to be your twin flame. If all of these characteristics sound like the person that you've dealt with in the past who you think is your twin flame, then it could be confirmation that it is them and they're coming back a bit more evolved and ready to put the work in, heal that heart space, heal the mess they made. Otherwise, if this doesn't sound like them, if you know that they just don't sound like this person, it feels like then this is a new person coming in that is your twin flame. All right, so let's get some advice for when this person appears for you guys. We are moving, I think, a little bit quicker on time, but your messages have been quite clear and straightforward. I can see Pisces on the table. Maybe some Cancer, let's just say water, because I can see a bit of Cancer. And the King of Cups is giving me some Scorpio vibes as well. So I want to say a lot of water energy in this group for either you or your person, Sun, Moon, Rising signs. But we're going to go more into the signs and initials at the end. But that's just to start off with. So let's get your advice, Group 2. What is Group 2's advice? Any advice that they may need regarding this person now or when they come in? All right, so we have community here, number 8, out first. I might just grab all of these cards out and then we'll speak about them each one by one, actually. What is Group 2's advice in relation to this person that's appearing in their life next, either for now or for when they come in? All right, so we have got here number 45, time to go in the reverse position. We have got Yang, the number 1, in the upright position. And on the bottom of the deck, we had a leg up, which is number 34, and that's in the upright position as well. So starting with community, number 8, it feels like your advice potentially is to the first thing that's coming to mind, especially because while I was shuffling, I kept hearing the word boundaries. It's almost like be willing to put your neck out for other people, be willing to extend yourself and your energy and your time to others, but have healthy boundaries while doing so. Like meet people halfway. Like this person's only half the person, this giraffe. This giraffe's only halfway out of this little hut. And it's almost like, yeah, be willing to give to people, but have healthy boundaries and make sure that they're meeting you halfway. That's the very first thing that's coming to me with that card, sort of, I suppose, like more intuitively. But this card itself it's about like discovering qualities that you share with others. So it almost feels like I guess because you're having to maybe let go of your expectations of the past, or you're having to let go of the past, it almost feels like you need to be willing to put yourself out there, meet other people, meet new potential partners, and find those qualities that you share with others. It feels like you need to be willing to come out of your shell a little bit, or maybe release certain expectations to experience a better version of love. Sorry, excuse me. Still recovering from a little bit of an illness over here, so bear with me. That's why I haven't posted in quite a long time. That's kind of all I'm getting with that community card there. We can always come back to it if we need to. But the next card that we'll talk about is Time to Go. And this card is literally about endings, completions, walking away from something, accepting that there's nothing else to learn or experience on one path, and moving towards, I guess, a better path. And this card can kind of be, that can sometimes feel like a loss when you're ending a path or you're letting go of a certain path to take a new direction, but it doesn't mean all is lost, even though it might feel like a loss. This is, I guess, destiny unfolding, because as you start to surrender to the path in front of you, you know, the path that your soul knows is for you, that's when sort of perfect timing and synchronicity all starts to come in, which is what we were just speaking about with like the up in the air card and add some in reverse. You may have little doubts here and there, and your, I guess, more logical self may have some doubts, but your soul knows the way forward, and you can trust the direction that you're moving towards. We then move into the card Yang, which is number 1. We obviously know that number 1's about new beginnings, new energy, and the energy of Yang is a more masculine, movement, action oriented energy. So this is about you taking action, you know, being the right time to act, being willing to, I suppose, put hesitation aside and just move forward, to stop waiting around, or to stop staying stuck where you've been stuck, and to decide to take conscious action to move forward. I think it's just really about knowing and trusting the universe in this situation. And it feels like as soon as you, like I said, as soon as you decide to jump ship, jump off this path that you've been on and completely let it go, whether you've been waiting for someone for a while, or maybe you've been just stuck at a stagnant point in your journey for a long time, this is about conscious intention to act and move and progress, and deciding to completely release the past and embrace new possibilities. There's a lot of passion that's about to come in, so I feel like maybe all this fire here is about, you know, maybe when you meet this person, there is either like a sacral chakra, like a high attraction, high physical attraction that is meant to draw you in so that you can experience or explore that connection. It feels like with these two cards here, it's like the fire or the desire is the stepping stone to experiencing more. So I feel like there's going to be a high attraction or a really high energy or chemistry between the two of you that's going to make you want to explore this new path, and that's going to kind of, yeah, be the stepping stone to the union, I suppose. I think some advice with this message here, just thinking back to the meaning of the card in the guidebook, I think it's about, especially if you've been single for a long time and you've been in denial about sort of needing a partner or wanting a partner, I think this is about being honest and open and saying, you know, you need others as much as they need you, and allowing. So I feel like maybe you're a bit of a giver, and I feel like this is almost about allowing yourself to be given to and to be the receiver and to be the one that's being supported as well as being that giver and that nurturer. I feel like you need to make sure that you're, you know, allowing people to support you by speaking up about your needs and asking them to be filled. Being willing to help yourself by helping others understand you, and really making it clear what you need and what you want in a relationship. Maybe in the past you weren't really able to do that as much, and that got you stuck in some annoying situations, but it feels like from the jump, if you're really open and honest about you know, your needs and what's going to help the situation reach its potential, then I think that you know, it will reach its potential, and it will be something very supportive, where it's not codependent, but it's not completely separate either. It's like interdependent. Is that a word? I just kind of made that up. Anyways, so that's the kind of advice coming in. It's all just sort of being willing to release the past, having healthy boundaries, making sure that you're communicating your boundaries, your needs, how they can be fulfilled, following your passion and exploring your desires, or exploring the chemistry that comes with this person. And yeah, taking action, but also being willing to receive as well. Okay, so to finish this reading off, we're going to get the most common sun, moon, rising signs for this group. So that's either you and or this person that's coming in, as well as initials. So we'll start with the zodiacs. So for group 2, can you please advise the most common sun, moon, rising signs for them and or their person? Okay. And I think, yes, one fell behind there as well. Okay, so you guys have got, first out is the 6th house, which is linked to Virgo. So Virgo, sun, moon, rising. We are not going to be reading south nodes or north nodes today. We have Scorpio, which I was picking up on in the reading as well. So there's some Scorpio, sun, moon, rising. We have Mars, which is Scorpio and Aries. We have Virgo here, Virgo, sun, moon, rising, and the first house, Aries. So heavy Aries, heavy Scorpio, and heavy Virgo. Because we have actually literally got 2 cards representing Virgo, 2 cards representing Scorpio, and 2 cards representing Aries. So I also want to say that particularly either a Virgo rising or a Scorpio rising, or Mars in the first house, to be very specific, but to be a little bit more general, or a little bit more, a little bit less complicated, I should say. We have Virgo, Scorpio, and Aries energy coming out. So any of those sun, moon, rising placements. And now we'll get to the initials. So the most common initials for group 2 and or their person, please, Spirit. Group 2. that enough? Yeah, I reckon that's enough. Okay, so we have the letter L. We have P. We have X. Oh. We have A. We have N. We have another A. So you and this person could have the same first initial of either your first or last name. You or them could have the same first letter for the first and last name. So like Alex Anderson type thing. Or there could be a lot of A's in yours or their name. I doubt there's a double A, but if that relates, because obviously maybe not everyone here has English as their first language. So in English, I don't know if we have any words with a double A apart from aardvark. But in other languages there could be, so I don't want to just make assumptions. But we also have O and we have S here as well. So are we all finished? Just going over my list of... Yes, that's everything for today's reading. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you feel like doing so, please don't forget to give it a like or subscribe to the channel for future uploads. I have had a recent sort of stint of illness, but I'm recovering. So hopefully I'll be back to posting a little bit more regularly again. I have missed it so much, honestly. There's been a few times where I've tried to film, even though I've been unwell, and it just I sounded terrible, so I was like, no, I can't do this, it's awful. So it feels really good to be back, and I'm thrilled to be reading for you guys again. But until next time, stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye-bye. Hi Group 3, welcome to your reading, where we're looking at who is appearing in your life next. So if you were drawn to this pile, you've been drawn to this minion here, who looks a little bit... not in control, to say the least. So he's got a bit of a jittery hat, he's got some jittery eyes, and it looks like sort of when he's drilling, it's sort of like the drill's in control here, not him. So he just seems a little bit out of sorts here. Alright, so I don't know, this person could work in like construction, or could work in some sort of I don't know, drilling, or yeah, some sort of construction work where they build or they use tools and things like that, maybe. It feels like I don't know, there's a very there's a lot of energy, but it's difficult to pinpoint, I must admit, for this group. So let's have a look at our first couple of cards here that I've pre-shuffled, just to sort of hopefully get a bit of an idea about the energy of this person or this relationship that you guys are going to have, and try to figure out what this is here. So the first card is Manifesting Miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So Spirit's being a little bit coy here, not giving too much away at this point, but with Manifesting Miracles, it looks like whatever you're hoping for, dreaming for, wishing for, could very well be about to come to fruition. Or if there's nothing that you're consciously setting intentions towards and nothing that you're consciously manifesting, it seems like your higher self is manifesting this miracle. And it's very important to really be tuning into your heart space and following the guidance that comes with that heart space, and being very true to that space, because we have here, there's something here that's suggesting that maybe you're someone who tends to do things out of guilt. Maybe you have problems with holding on to guilt or feeling guilt. Maybe you're a bit of an empath and you really struggle with the feeling of guilt. It feels like you need to not make your decisions based on that, or based on what you think you should do, and make sure that you're being very, very true to yourself, true to your heart, true to yourself. That's sort of the key here about, I don't know, what's unfolding, I guess. So okay, so I have no idea where this one's going to go yet, group 3, which is quite interesting, because in group 1 and 2, by the beginning we had a little bit of an idea, but so far for you guys, Spirit's not giving much away. The first question that we're asking here with the Friends Tarot is what this person is like in terms of their character or their personality. You know, if you already know them, you might be able to identify that this person, or it could be someone brand new coming in. Let's have a look though. So for group 3, please, Spirit, what is this person like in terms of their personality and their character? The person appearing in group 3's life next. Person appearing in group 3's life next. What are they like? Okay, we have the 10 of Wands here, and in this image we have a parent holding their child and holding a bag full of weight, so responsibilities, burdens. Seems like someone trying to juggle a lot on their own. So this person could be someone who they do a lot, either like with work or their responsibilities or whatever the case. They're busy, they have a lot on their plate. They would most likely have a child with this card, or I feel like this could be representing you. If you have a child and you have a lot on your plate, it almost feels as though you're attracting in someone who's going to come in and help carry some of that load. So it feels as though the person, that's what this feels like. So I feel like I could be talking to a lot of single parents at the moment who have a lot on their plate. And if you're not a single parent, I still feel like you have a lot on your plate. So like your career asks a lot of you, and then maybe you have a lot of responsibilities outside of your career as well, and you're trying to juggle a lot, and it feels like what you're manifesting or what your higher self is manifesting is someone to come in and help with those responsibilities. If you don't have a child, maybe you do want to have a child, or you do want children and you're manifesting someone to have a child with, just to add on to everything you're already juggling. So but yeah, it definitely feels like either way you're either manifesting someone to have a child with, or you already have a child, multiple children, and you're manifesting someone to come in and be a good role model, someone who can help carry the weight of your responsibilities, and share the load a little bit and be a really reliable and stable companion. Or maybe you don't even want any of that, you just want the emotional support, you know, just that companionship of another, someone to keep you grounded and just to kind of feel safe with. What is the personality character like of the person coming in? We have the King of Cups coming out. So this would be like the hero that comes in and saves the day type energy almost. It feels like, no, I don't want to put them on that high of a pedestal actually. That's just setting some unrealistic expectations. But this person is definitely someone who is loving. They aren't, you know, shy or reserved about their emotions. They will tell you how they feel. They're quite emotionally mature and emotionally available, very supportive. They'd be very understanding, very patient. They're probably very intuitive and quite empathic themselves. Could be a water sign, doesn't have to be. But yeah, someone very emotionally aware. What is the character, personality of the person appearing in group 3's life next, please? Personality, character of the person appearing in group 3's life next. So we have the Hermit. So this is almost like you're attracting in or manifesting in everything that you've been looking for, almost. Because look, if you see here, this is like someone shining a light on this person here that we were just talking about. So this could be the person that you've been looking for or searching for, waiting for. It feels like there is like a bit of a suggestion here that maybe if you have had a specific person in mind that you've been consciously or unconsciously manifesting, and if it's like if you haven't been consciously trying to manifest them, it's almost like maybe you've been holding space for this person, or just like low-key hoping that they might come back. If you relate to that message, this could definitely be that person coming out of hermit mode, because it feels like this could be someone that you've been withdrawn from or sort of out of touch with for quite some time, didn't really know what they were up to, you know, what their circumstances were, like you've really lost touch. And this is almost like them coming back. So that's if you relate to that message. But if there's no specific person that you're waiting for, this is just like the person that you could dream of or hope for, the person that you've been searching for, the soulmate you've been searching for, basically. Get one more card for this person's. So I'll just show you the bottom. We do have the Four of Swords underneath the deck. And we have the Page of Wands here. So this person could be someone very charismatic, quite entertaining and humorous. I feel like there's someone who is like the life of the party, maybe quite extroverted, and someone who they're just really fun. They would definitely have a really fun energy about them. So even though like we have this emotionally aware, emotionally mature, sort of intuitive, caring, compassionate, patient, understanding side, they also have this really youthful, playful, charming, funny, happy, joyful energy to them as well. So I feel like maybe they'll like be someone that really makes you laugh, or like someone that you have like the best times with. Could be someone that's quite like spontaneous, someone quite adventurous. So you probably have like quite a spontaneous time with when you're around them. Or they might even bring out your kind of spontaneous side. That could be another thing. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing at this stage. We have a lot of black hair here. So this could be someone that has black hair. I think that's about all that I can get out of those cards there for this person's character or their personality. So let's move on. Oh, and the Four of Swords was on the bottom of the deck. So okay, they could really be a music lover. That's the first thing I'm noticing, is that this person's fallen asleep to like I think it's Lionel Richie record or something, but they could be a music lover. They could sleep with music on. It feels like this person has maybe been in recovery over a loss in their life, or they've been healing from something. What's under there? Three of Pentacles. Maybe they've been working really hard, they've been juggling a lot lately, and they've been in this sort of like energy of just sort of recouping, rejuvenating, contemplating, and that downtime has or is going to bring this epiphany, where they kind of reach out to you, or that's if, I suppose, you relate to knowing this person already and sharing some kind of history with them, but it doesn't have to be for everybody. All right, we're going to have a look now at why this person's appearing in your life. All the decks that I use in my readings are always in the description box if anyone's interested, or curious to know what they are. Oh, that was terrible. All right, so why is this person appearing in Group 3's life, please, Spirit? Why are they appearing in Group 3's life? We have the Three of Roses in reverse, so to bring more fun, joy, and playfulness into your life, to bring more magic into your life, and to really uplift your spirit. Again, there's a child there, so I don't know if you're going to have a child with this person, or if you already have a child, or if they already have a child, but for some reason children in this reading are very significant. So I feel like one of you at least have one child. Also, the zodiac signs that I'm so far seeing here are Virgo with the Hermit, King of Cups. We could look at that as Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. In this deck, it seems to give me a Scorpio, a more Scorpio energy. And the Page of Wands gives me Aries energy. So we have Aries, Scorpio, Virgo on the table at this stage. We're going to confirm some signs at the end as well, but let's carry on with why this person's appearing in Group 3's life. Okay, so we have the King of Scrolls in the upright, and we have the Seven of Keys, or the Ascent, in the reverse position. So the King of Scrolls in this deck, I'm going to pull the book out, to be honest, and I just want to confirm, because I haven't been using this deck a whole lot lately, and I just want to confirm the King of Scrolls. So yeah, I was recalling that I was like, I think it can mean business as well as love, and certainly it does. So the first thing it says is that this can be someone that you'll be meeting soon. That could be an author, teacher, or communicator who will assist you in a professional way. Someone who brings wisdom through their own studies and spiritual practices. Be open to the guidance this person has to offer, for it could help lead your life in exciting new directions. And it says it also may be a new love interest for yourself. Someone whose wisdom is compelling, and there are likely to be many interesting and lively discussions. Yeah, so that definitely brings me to that energy where I feel like there's something about their presence that just really excites you and charms you. So they're a very charming, charismatic, funny person, but also it seems like they have that like I said earlier, that mature side to them. So I feel like they're going to teach you a lot, and they're going to help ascend maybe your professional or your material life in some way. I feel like they're going to, like if you've been like materially, business-wise or financially, if you've kind of felt stuck, I feel like this person's going to help you grow in those areas, and that's just one of the many things that they have to offer you. They're going to kind of help you get out of that situation, it feels like. But they could also ascend your career in some way. So either your business or your career, what you do for work, they even might be able to help advise you or teach you something in that respect, or it could even be like something spiritual. So as much as they're going to bring a lot more fun and a lot more playfulness and joy into your life, they're also going to be very valuable in terms of the wisdom that they can offer you to help the other areas of your life ascend as well, in terms of like your material world and things like that. Underneath the deck, we have the 6 of Roses in reverse, the War of the Roses. I'm pretty sure that this card represents like overcoming a period of sort of conflict, or putting conflicting times behind you. I've already pulled the book out once for you guys. Why not just pull it out again real quick and just double check, because this book does have very unique meanings and I want to make sure I'm on track here. Yeah, this is definitely confirming to me that potentially this person is someone that you have separated from or had conflict with in the past, and it's almost as though it's time to like clear the battlefield, because there's new energy for you guys to harness. That's just if you resonate with hoping for a specific person to come back. Otherwise, I just feel like this message is about sort of, clearing the energy of the past battlefields that you have experienced with people in your life, to allow yourself or provide yourself with a clean slate for this new relationship to kind of start on, so that you're not carrying all that baggage through with you. So that's our message there. Oh yeah, and look at that, underneath is that new contract or that new commitment that comes when you clear the slate. Amazing. Telling us a little bit of a story underneath the deck there. Thank you, Spirit. So yeah, I guess that message is more important for those that are manifesting someone from the past, is making sure that if you're going to start this off again, it's about clearing the slate in full and having a brand new beginning. But then, like I said, if it's not a specific person you're manifesting and you're just trying to manifest the person that's right for you and someone that's going to help you grow and help you ascend and bring more love and fun and happiness into your life, I feel like this is about clearing all the past energy from those past battlefields that you've experienced when it comes to your love life, and providing yourself with a clean slate for a brand new foundation and a brand new relationship to begin or to come in. As well as helping you grow and ascend, there's also something here. This person may help you they may help you leave something behind, something that's conflicting to you, or something that you, how can I describe this? I need an example. Say you're in a job that you don't like, or there's a lot of drama or a lot of conflict or a lot of competition around you that just doesn't sit right with you, or it stresses you out, or it conflicts your soul, or it makes you do things, your job does things that goes against your values, or they expect you to do things that go against your values. This person's going to come in and help you sort of get out of that war zone that you're in. So I don't know if maybe like they can financially support you while you find another job, or something along those lines. They help you break out of something that seems to just not sit right with you in your soul. Okay, so we're going to look at advice that you may need regarding this person or this connection. And this could either be advice for like right now, or it could be advice for when they appear. What is group 3's advice, please? In regards to this person and or this connection, what is their advice? I'm also seeing over here, sorry, sometimes spirit just brings me back. I also feel like this person may have a lot of love to give. They may have a lot of love for you, but they also may be a little bit inexperienced in relationships perhaps. So it kind of makes me come back to this minion as well, where like it's someone who's willing to show up and do the work, but they're a little bit inexperienced and a little bit maybe even scared of how they're going to measure up. So they may need a little bit of patience, but as I said, I feel like they do have a lot to give you, and they can really help you grow and ascend in certain areas of your life. Your first card is number 32, here and now. So this is obviously a card about being very present, sort of getting out of the past, letting go of the past, releasing the past in order to find peace in the present moment, and then also to stop being anxious about the future and what's ahead and when things are coming, when things are happening, and just enjoying the moment for what it is. So instead of waiting for someone to come in and bring more joy into your life, maybe this is about cultivating that joy, creating that joy. Sort of going through a bit of a rebirth of your own, perhaps. The egg and this child also bringing me back to that message of children. So whether one of you have a child already, or more than one child, or maybe you're going to have children together or something, but that just keeps coming through. But it feels like Spirit's just asking you to don't worry about the future or the past, just get really, really present and try to enjoy each moment for what it is. I heard it's not about chasing happiness, it's about creating or cultivating happiness. What's group 3's advice? It flipped and then it flipped back again, so we'll just keep shuffling. What's group 3's advice in terms of this person that's coming in or this connection? We have 51, milk and honey. Again, cultivating joy in the present moment. So this is like a really innocent, playful, carefree energy, a very soft and smooth energy. When you think of milk and honey, it's very sweet, it's very soft, it's very I don't know, I'm running out of words to describe it. But with this rainbow here and the innocence and playfulness of this elephant, especially accompanied with this card, I feel like this is not about, like I said, it's not about chasing happiness. It's about cultivating it in the present moment. So what can you do to create your own happiness right now? Is it, you know, having something nice to eat? Is that going to bring you a little bit of joy right now? Obviously, make sure that you're not sort of binging or putting yourself at a risk of any sort of harm or anything, but, you know, indulging here and there, or doing an activity that you love, getting outdoors, going for a swim, anything that you can do to cultivate that pure joy in any given moment is really going to help you, I guess, uplift your energy and get your spirit right, I suppose you would say. What's group three's advice? I was about to take it, but then it rolled back in again. Between worlds, though, it would suggest to me that maybe at the moment you're in between worlds at the moment. That card has a very dark half and it has a very colourful half, and it feels like all you need to do is step into that colourful world yourself, and stop waiting for someone else to come in and do that job for you. So rather than waiting for someone to come and add colour to your world, start colouring. What's group three's advice? So this, for you guys, you seem to be getting a lot of advice for right now, what you can do right now. So this is regeneration. It's in the reverse position. I feel like a new life awaits you when you just step into this energy. I feel like this is, not about waiting for growth or waiting for happiness or waiting for a rebirth. It's about creating it right now in your present moment, giving birth to that new version of yourself right now, and making a declaration that you're going to spend 10 minutes a day doing something that you love at a minimum. I feel like just uplifting your own energy is almost really all you need to do in this situation, to welcome in this connection or this person. Underneath the deck, we have number 31, and it's the card of why. So this card is, when we get caught up on the whys of everything and questioning why everything happened the way it did, or why you haven't got what you want yet, then we kind of give our energy away and we get caught up in the negatives instead of just embracing the mystery of the journey. Sometimes we aren't meant to know all the answers, and sometimes we just have to move on anyway. Sometimes we have to accept that we're not going to know everything. So, if you're asking yourself, why haven't I found this person, or why hasn't this person come to me? Spirit's trying to say, spend less time asking and getting caught up on the whys, the hows, the whens, and just focus on being happy and treating yourself to the life that you deserve in the present moment. Because when you go through your own sort of rebirth, or when you regenerate your own energy and reach that special frequency or that higher frequency, it seems like everything may just sort of fall into place for you here. So that's your advice. A lot of advice for the present moment, I guess, while this happens. And again, not overthinking too much. Don't do anything based on what you think you should or shouldn't do, or based on guilt. Be true to yourself, be true to your heart, and follow your heart's guidance. That's some of the best advice that you can take away from this reading. But now we'll go into the most common sun, moon and rising signs of you and or the person that is appearing in your life. All right, so the most common sun, moon, and rising signs for group 3 and or their person. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Excuse me, group 3, I do apologize. All right, so the first sign out is Sagittarius. So they could be a Sagittarius sun, moon, rising, or you could be. We have Pluto, which is representing the energy of Scorpio, because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. We have Venus here. Venus rules both Taurus and Libra. So Taurus and or Libra could be in either of your birth charts. We have some Scorpio energy, Virgo energy now. We have some Capricorn energy here as well. And we have Mercury. Mercury represents Gemini, and it represents Virgo. So they are the signs that are coming out at the moment. And then we'll have a look at initials to wrap up the reading. So what are the most common initials for group 3's person and or group 3 themselves? Most common initials of group 3 or the person appearing in their life next. Okay, I'm gonna stop because my arms are actually getting sore. All right. So the first initial is F. Then we have the letter I. We have the letter U. We have the letter G. We have the letter K. We have L. We have D. We have P. And we have the letter A. So they are the most common initials coming through for this group. And that is where we are ending the reading today, group 3. So thank you so much for coming to watch this reading. I really appreciate it. So good to be back reading for you guys again. After my recent little period of illness, but I'm nice and recovered now. So, well, almost fully recovered, but it's been a pleasure. Don't forget, if you feel like it, to like and subscribe to, like the reading and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in doing so. It would mean a lot to me, and it would help you kind of connect to the energy of my readings. But for now, guys, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I really look forward to connecting with you again in a reading soon.